Assalamu alaikum guys, welcome back. Let's get into it.
So I need to hurry up with this because in less than an hour, what I'm saying is going to become a terrorist offense in the UK. And that's not a joke. So they've just prescribed Palestine Action. As you know, Palestine Action, probably the largest direct action protest group in the UK. You know, they would wear these racetrack suits and then go and spray red paint on Elbit Systems, which is the largest Israeli arms manufacturer, or, you know, Allianz, which is one of their insurers, or they would go to Lloyd's Bank. You know, anyone who is related to the Israeli arms industry, they would target. And then about 2 weeks ago, they went into Brize Norton, which is a Royal Air Force base, and they sprayed a plane with red paint. And then the government hit the roof, and they decided to prescribe them as a terrorist group. And that prescription is going to take effect in about 45 minutes. So for the police, because I know the police are watching this, that's a fact, just so they don't get any funny ideas. Okay, right now in the UK, it's 11:45 p.m. Okay, sorry, 11:15 p.m., which means I've got 45 minutes left. So this is not a criminal offense, what I'm saying, because what they'll try and do for anyone who says that, you know, this is wrong is, so even as a journalist, if you critique this move, you could be arrested under Section 12. So I might be rearrested under Section 12, which is the same thing they nicked me for last time. So I've still got 45 minutes to make the case, and then I have to shut up. I mean, that goes to show you how free, you know, the UK is. Like, it's unbelievable, right? It's unbelievable. The freedoms that we have are just so delicious, right? You can practically taste them. I mean, can you believe this stuff? It's not a joke. I really have to watch my time right now. So I'll just give you a rundown of what happened in court. Now, Craig Murray was in the court. Now, I couldn't go, unfortunately, but I would have been there if I could have gone. And you know, he phoned me up and he kind of gave me the lowdown of what was going on, because we just knew that there was they were seeking interim relief, but we didn't know what was going on. So look, I'll just give you a quick rundown. So Wednesday, they had a vote in the House of Commons to ban the group. And that vote, look how sneaky they are. They didn't just say, shall we ban Palestine Action? They put Palestine Action on a list with two other groups that have literally nothing to do with direct action or with Palestine. They were just like neo-Nazi white supremacist groups, right? So one of them is called what is it, Maniacs Murder Cult. I mean, could you find a more cartoonishly evil name? Maniacs Murder Cult and Russian Imperial Movement. And so they put Palestine Action on the same vote with those two groups to guarantee that it passes. Because if you look at that and you're, you know, one of these MPs who just shows up doesn't know their ass from their elbow, and you just look at that and say, yeah, sure, I want to ban them. Yeah, Palestine bad. You know, there's no nuance. It's just.
I just want to pause it there and say that, you know, it's cracking down on free speech. You know, you can't just speak about certain things without getting punched in the face. You know, if you speak about a certain group, or if you speak about genocide, or even speak about Palestine, you know, like, even it's offense, criminal offense. There's no freedom of speech. You might just leave the country now. You know what I mean? The whole reason why people come to this country, there's freedom of speech, there's democracy and all this, but we know who controls.
Just a way to streamline the prescription, and it worked, and it passed.
No, listen. I'm not a positive good guy. No, because you were a killer. You were a hired killer. That's the difference between you and I. You were a hired killer. So no, you cannot be a good man and be a hired killer, a part of an organization that kills children and women and bombs hospitals. I'm sorry. We cannot lie to you and tell you that's okay. And what I'm telling you is that you don't have to be a part of that. What I'm telling you is you can free yourself from that. What I'm telling you is that in a different context, I know it is. I've been to these places. That's why I feel the way I feel.
You never laced the boot. You never laced the boot. You never held a gun.
I've never been a paid killer. I will never kill anyone. I will never kill anyone on their land to steal their land. You're correct. You're correct.
About war.
I will never kill anyone on their land to steal their land. You're correct.
You don't know.
I will never be a murderer like you. You're correct. You're correct in that. I've never laced up boots to go to war with children. You're not a man. You're trying to act like you were fighting a military. You were fighting children. Fighting random men who take sticks and stones because they don't have military equipment. You're not a man. Don't you pretend as though you were fighting a military. Listen, the moment Israel started fighting a military, Iran, you guys run. You call the United States to solve your problem. You're cowards. Don't act like you were fighting a military. As soon as you fought a military, you ran. And you got the United States to fight a war that you started. You're disgusting.
Who ran? Who ran?
You guys ran. You kept begging. We saw your whole leadership class begging. We need America. We need the B-2 bomber. We need the bunker buster. We need help. Where's America? Where's America? Give us weapons. Give us help. Give us money.
You're with the argument.
You're killers of children.
You're losing the argument.
Your strategy is weak. It makes perfect sense that you try to act objective because your babies aren't dying. You're a fool. When someone displays the human reality.
This is someone that is getting stressed, you know. He has enough of seeing images. That's how most people feel. You know, we know about the situation, what's happening over there. You know, a lot of people are dying, kids, women, men, children, on every day. You know, when they go get food, every day, you know, you can't call yourself a real man if you go kill innocent people. That's just the facts. I know the true facts, but it's the facts.
Reaction to you murdering children, we can't act like, oh, he's stoic. No, you're a monster. You are a monster. You told me that you were part of the murder machine. I don't respect.
One of the most important films I've ever seen, certainly most moving. Might need a minute here. It needed to be seen. It really did need to be seen. I think everyone will agree with that.
See, Gary Lineker used to be part of the BBC. He got kicked out or fired. I think he left. Ended his contract early. I believe he was he posted a tweet, had a rat emoji, and I think he was. The people tried to accuse him being anti-Semitic, and there's a lot of connotations, and but he deeply apologized after and took down the tweet. But he lost his job, you know. But now he's out of the BBC and he's talking about this documentary from Basement Studios, I believe. I think that's the studio name. They went all through the checks from BBC, but they didn't upload it. And it was called Gaza Doctors Attacked or something like this. And I think Channel 4 posted it and the BBC took it down.
The BBC should hold its head in shame. I really do. It's someone that's worked for the corporation for 30 years. To see the way it's declined in the last year or two has been devastating, really. So I've defended it against claims that it's partial. It talks about impartiality all the time, and the truth is, at the moment, at the very top of the BBC, not the BBC all, because there are thousands and thousands of people, as you know, that work at the BBC that are good people that understand what is going on here and can see it. We're seeing it on our phones every day. And the problem is they're bowing to the pressure from the top, and this is a worry. And I think time's coming where a lot of people are going to be answerable to this, and complicity is something that will come to.
Right, I've just come out of the House of Commons. Okay, the government have rushed through a banning order prescribing Palestine Action as a terrorist organisation. They've linked them, they've put them in the same order as a terror group, a killer cult, and a Russian, what they call Russian Liberation, again, terrorist organisation. So what they're trying to do is portray Palestine Action as though they're killers, as though they're terrorists, they're threatening the lives of people. It's an absolute disgrace. This isn't the way you use legislation like this. If people have created criminal damage, well, you've got laws to prosecute them. We all know that. When we go on demonstrations, you work on the basis, if you can't do the time, don't do the crime, but you expect the law to be used against you in a way which is the norm. What they're doing here is prescribing an organisation, a terrorist organisation. So if me and you tomorrow say, I actually think the prescription is wrong, we could serve up to 14 years in prison. That's how bad it is.
But they can't get away with this, can they?
I don't think so. It's gone off to the House of Lords. We'll see what comes back. But there's a legal challenge tomorrow. And what we'll have to do now, it's gone through the House of Commons. Now we're going to have to pin them down about how this is interpreted. I'm really worried. We haven't seen an assault on civil liberties like this maybe for a generation.
What do you have to say today?
Someone's got to, we've got to start standing up for what is right and standing up against what is wrong. And I'm glad we're here, and I just hope other people will join us to stand up for what is right.
Is this a relative?
A friend of mine.
Auntie, why are you here today?
I'm here to stand up for the people of Palestine and the fact that this organisation has been said is a terrorist organisation.
You did.
Which is
Don't touch
not, and that we are losing our civil liberties in this country.
You make us proud, Auntie. Look after yourself.
You're a hero. You are a hero. You, not so much. Free
Well, this is what happens in modern day Britain for opposing genocide. It's quite something, isn't it? I mean, this is why the laws came in after 1945. The European Convention on Human Rights was to stop a genocide happening again. And now it's happening. I don't know, people have got short memories.
You want to go up next?
The mother of all democracies, people.
Why have your forces destroyed the healthcare in Gaza?
Because they use those medical facilities as military bases.
So all 36 hospitals in Gaza were used by Hamas as military facilities? All of them? Because you bombed all of them.
I can give you a list of the hospitals that we've actually targeted.
No, I'm giving you the numbers.
No,
that
you tell me all. Telling me all does not necessarily...
36 hospitals have been bombed by your forces. Are you saying that Hamas used
Can I have the
every
list of
single
the hospital, please?
Every single hospital was used by Hamas as a military base?
Okay. Shifa Hospital, yes. We have proof for that, and we've provided it. Nasser Hospital...
What proof was that?
Yes.
Please explain. What proof? You said there was a three-story underground bunker under Shifa.
Videos.
Did you find that three-story underground bunker?
Alright guys, I'm ending the video there. If you're new to the channel, please like, share and subscribe. Assalamu alaikum.